I'm for globalization.
Right-wing social engineering.
The DREAM Act I would support. But there are two good things in the stimulus package. And I applaud President Obama to work with President Obama in a genuinely open and bipartisan way. Wilson's speeches still work. I mean, I'm frankly a realpolitik Wilsonian.
I think you've got to require everybody to either have insurance or to post a bond. So we think you have to require everybody, but probably if you posted a $100,000, $150,000 bond, you wouldn't have to buy insurance.
And I probably would end up voting reluctantly yes.
Hi, I'm Nancy Pelosi, lifelong Democrat and Speaker of the House.
And I'm Newt Gingrich, lifelong Republican, and I used to be Speaker.
We don't always see eye to eye, do we, Newt?
No, but we do agree our country must take action to address climate change.
We need cleaner forms of energy, and we need them fast.
If enough of us demand action from our leaders, we can spark the innovation we need.
Go to wecansolveit.org. Together, we can do this.
Who's your favorite modern-day politician?
FDR. The most effective president of the 20th century, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR is the greatest political leader of the 20th century. The greatest liberal democratic president of the 20th century, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The greatest democratic president of the 20th century, and in my judgment, the greatest president of the 20th century. FDR is the greatest practitioner of self-government, certainly in the 20th century, and maybe in American history. And if you go back and look at something like Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he is such a dominating figure because he actually got things done. The greatest politician of the 20th century in this country, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And FDR, as governor of New York in good times, was very progressive. And what we're talking about is a transition at least as big as, if not bigger than, the New Deal. The only Republican model George Bush can take is Theodore Roosevelt. I really am a Theodore Roosevelt Republican. I came out of the Theodore Roosevelt La Follette progressive tradition. It's very simple. If you don't have a decade that is as reformist as the progressive era, we're going to fail. I am a Theodore Roosevelt Republican. If George Bush runs as a continuation of Reaganism, I think he'll lose. Again and again, the gap between the Reagan rhetoric and the Reagan administration reality is massive and self-destructive. First, it has not focused on vision, on clarity of language, and on defining and describing reality. Despite a large military buildup, the liberation of Grenada, and limited success in Central America, the Reagan administration has failed to create a new consensus and new understanding in American politics, the Congress, and the bureaucracy. Indeed, Harry Truman accomplished vastly more in foreign policy in 5 years than President Reagan has in the same length of time. It's a period in which, by the way, I was a Rockefeller State Chairman of the South. I'm clearly the more conservative candidate by any rational standard. And I'm clearly the front runner among conservatives. I'm going to be the nominee.